Hello, this is KiniNews and I'm your host, Kimilia. Anwar Ibrahim today defended Guan Eng in the Dewan Rakyat against allegations made by Bersatu's Muhyiddin Yassin. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has denied claims that Bagan MP Guan Eng revoked the Albukhary Foundation's tax-exempt status. Anwar told the Dewan Rakyat today that only the Inland Revenue Board's Director General has full power over matters related to tax exemption.
Yayasan Albukhary telah diberikan kelulusan di bawah subsection 44 6 dalam kurungan Akta Cukai Pendapatan 1967 Akta 53 yang dikecualikan dari cukai pendapatan. Kerajaan mengesahkan dari rekod Kementerian Kewangan bahawa YB Bagan semasa menjawat Menteri Kewangan tidak pernah membuat sebarang pembatalan kepada kelulusan percukaian sebelumnya didakwa diberikan kepada Yayasan Albukhary. Maka dakwaan yang dibuat bahawa beliau membatalkan pengecualian adalah tidak benar.
This comes after former Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin accused Lim of revoking the tax exemption granted to the Albukhary Foundation. On March 9th, Muhyiddin made the claim after he was summoned by the MACC to have his statement recorded. Among the issues raised by the anti-graft agency was the appeal against the cancellation of the tax exemption granted to the Albukhary Foundation. Lim has since denied the claim. Following the Prime Minister's statement in Parliament, Guan Eng held a press conference leaving Muhyiddin with a single choice: apologize and do it publicly. Former Finance Minister Guan Eng has once again denied that he cancelled the tax exemption given to the Albukhary Foundation. The DAP National Chairperson is now demanding an apology from former Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin.
He must apologize, withdraw, apologize. No, dia mesti buat secara terbuka. Because yang dia buat kenyataan bukanlah di Dewan. Kalau di Dewan, saya akan rujuk dia kepada Jawatan Kuasa Hak dan Kebebasan di bawah 36/12 Peraturan Bersyarat. Tapi yang kenyataan dibuat adalah di luar pagar Ibu Pejabat SPRM selepas dia ditangkap dan ditahan oleh SPRM.
Lim said this at a press conference at Parliament today after Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim denied claims that Lim revoked the Albukhary Foundation's tax-exempt status.
Tiba-tiba saya diheret, sungguh pun saya tak terlibat langsung. Saya tak pernah keluarkan satu kenyataan pun atau satu perkataan pun berkaitan dengan jana wibawa ataupun Yayasan Albukhary. Tapi tiba-tiba nak heret saya. Ini saya rasa disengajakan untuk menimbulkan sentimen. Khususnya sebagai seorang Menteri Kewangan yang bukan Islam, batalkan pengecualian cukai kepada sebuah institusi amal Islam. Ini tentu memenuhi hasrat Perikatan Nasional untuk memainkan sentimen-sentimen yang tidak sihat ini.
On March 9th, Muhyiddin accused Lim of revoking the tax exemption granted to the Albukhary Foundation when the latter was Finance Minister. A former UMNO lawmaker has called for action to be taken against Dr. Mahathir. Nazri Aziz also pointed out how Mahathir handled critics with Ops Lalang when he was in power previously. Action should be taken against Dr. Mahathir Mohamad under the Sedition Act for his criticism against the government. This is according to former UMNO MP Nazri Abdul Aziz. Nazri said what Mahathir is doing now is clearly meant to instigate the people to hate the current government. Nazri added that during Mahathir's time as Premier, whoever held gatherings to criticize the government were considered as going against the administration and held under the ISA. He then said if people did not believe him, they could ask Ibrahim Ali. The former Padang Rengas MP was quoted telling this to Asra Awani in reference to the Putra president. Ibrahim was among those detained under the controversial Ops Lalang in 1987 under the Mahathir administration. Ibrahim and Mahathir are now working together under Putra. Nazri's statement comes following Mahathir's remark that the government was behind the cancellation of the booking of the venues for his planned Malay People's Proclamation gathering last Sunday. The former Langkawi MP, however, did not provide evidence to back his claims. Nazri also questioned Mahathir's sudden concern for the Malays, whom he had previously accused of being lazy. Nazri said now that Mahathir has lost his election deposit and is out of power, the former Prime Minister makes it seem as if he is the savior that the community needs. Police have rubbished a Bersatu leader's conspiracy theory that there is an attempt to cover up in its probe into the Ziarah Gereja program. Cops have denied a conspiracy theory by Bersatu leader Badrul Hisham Shaharin, better known as Che Gubard. Che Gubard claimed that there is an attempt to cover up Youth and Sports Minister Hannah Yaw's wrongdoings in a police probe into the Jom Ziarah Gereja program. Sentul District Police Chief Bagan Eng told Malaysia Kini that police officers conduct their investigations fairly and without prejudice, regardless of their racial background. He also said that there are senior investigating officers, district criminal investigation department chiefs, and district police chiefs, the majority of them are Malays, to monitor the process of investigations. This came after Che Gubard brought up the race of police officers who were tasked to handle investigations into reports lodged by him and Yaw against each other. Yesterday, Badrul told reporters outside the Sentul Police headquarters that he believed there was a conspiracy to cover up the minister's wrongdoings. This was based on the race of the police officers who took his and Yaw's respective complaints against each other, he reportedly said. Badrul had previously accused Yaw of Christian evangelism over the planned Jom Ziarah Gereja event. The planned visit to a church was part of a wider program where youths would be brought to different houses of worship to foster better understanding. Yaw, however, denied the evangelism charge and lodged a police report against Badrul. Yaw also clarified that no Muslim youths had been involved in the program. Rosmah Mansor will be able to spend her Raya in Singapore after her passport was returned temporarily. The Court of Appeal in Putrajaya today allowed Rosmah Mansor's application for the temporary release of her passport. This is to enable her to travel to Singapore to visit her daughter and a grandson who is unwell. A three-member panel of judges made the decision after Deputy Public Prosecutor Muhyiddin did not object to her application. Earlier, Rosmah's lawyer, Jagjit Singh, informed the court that the wife of former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak sought leave of the court for the release of her international passport. He said she will be leaving for Singapore on March 23rd and will be in the Republic for 6 weeks, as well as spend the Hari Raya celebration there, before returning on May 5th. Jagjit said Rosmah will return her passport to the court within 1 week upon her return. Poh then suggested that Rosmah return her passport on or before May 10. Rosmah's passport was impounded by the court in 2019 after she was charged with corruption. On September 1st last year, then Kuala Lumpur High Court Judge Muhammad Zaini Mazlan found Rosmah guilty of 3 corruption charges involving 1.25 billion ringgit in connection with a hybrid solar project for schools in Sarawak. The High Court, however, granted Rosmah a stay of execution of the prison sentence and fine pending her appeal at the Court of Appeal. Pejuang will not be joining the PN coalition led by Muhyiddin Yassin because its application has been rejected. Pejuang has been looking at ways to secure its political survival. However, its future will not include Perikatan Nasional. This is after the PN Supreme Council decided to reject Pejuang's application to join the coalition. Coalition Secretary General Hamzah Zainuddin said in a statement today that the decision was made during a meeting yesterday. However, no reason was given for why the coalition decided to snub Pejuang. Hamzah's statement made no mention of Gerakan Tanah Air, which is also reportedly aiming to join PN. In GE15, all candidates under GTA component parties, including Pejuang, lost their deposits. On February 10th, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad left Pejuang after the party he founded decided to quit the GTA coalition. Mahathir has since distanced himself from Mukriz's political moves.
Imagine being able to pay for public transport directly with your debit or credit card. Malaysia may soon have an open payment system for public transport.
Transport Minister Anthony Loke said an open payment system for transport services will be implemented soon. He said this would essentially allow commuters to use their credit or debit cards, in addition to touch-and-go cards, to pay for public transport services. Loke said this in response to Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's statement yesterday that the government will review touch-and-go's monopoly. Loke said the move will give users other choices besides touch-and-go. However, he clarified that Anwar's statement does not mean touch-and-go services will be ended. He said this to reporters at the launch of the Premium Lounge Plaza at Kuala Lumpur International Airport on Monday. Prasarana has been instructed to implement an open payment method, and they need time to integrate the system. Experts have described the government's proposal as a rational move to create healthy competition and offer users added options. UniKL Business School economics analyst Aimi Zulhazmi Abdul Rashid said having competition will help improve TNG's quality of services itself because healthy competition will have a positive effect on stakeholders. This was echoed by Putra Business School Master of Business Administration Program Director Ahmed Razman Abdul Latif.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.